To win $100,000, 7 men were dropped into a 10-meter deep pit. If everyone escapes within 2.5 hours, they can win the prize money. The group plans to first check the surroundings to figure out a way out. Jason thinks the window plus the drain above it might be a solid route. While he was still testing it out, on the other side John had already started climbing. The prison wall is really tall, but there are some cracks that can work as footholds. And the main obstacle on the route John picked is the barbed wire above. He thought he would have to take a detour around here, but unexpectedly he just used his bare hands to pry open the barbed wire. He escaped successfully in just 2.5 minutes. David also started climbing. His route has more fulcrums, but it requires moving positions multiple times, and the electric box by the road can also act as a boost under his feet. Finally, David successfully reached the top of the pillar. Then he supported his body with both hands and slowly edged over, becoming the second person to escape the prison. Jason tried to climb the water pipe above to get out, but his jumping ability alone was not enough, so he decided to have the others catapult him up. Through the coordination of several people, he was catapulted to the thin pipe 6 meters high. But this move was also extremely difficult. It required everyone to cooperate seamlessly and nail the perfect takeoff moment to get the optimal height. Most importantly, he had to instantly grip the only a few centimeters wide pillar surface with his fingers. After several failed attempts, Jason finally mastered the trick. He easily climbed above the pipe and eventually made it to the bridge to escape. Next up was Parker. He decided to climb up along the standard route, whether it was the brick cracks or the plants on the wall. They all served as his footholds. The 10-meter high wall felt like flat ground to him. Finally, Parker stepped on a hole, stretched out his right hand and just hooked the wall edge, pulling off the most difficult escape route so far. As a strategist, Manny was not cut out for this kind of challenge, so he found a water pipe, but the edge of the iron sheet was extremely sharp. Manny immediately took off his shoes, used his socks as gloves to protect himself. Then 2 guys squatted down, let Manny step on their shoulders. However, this route did not have any good handholds. They tried their best to lift Manny up with both hands, finally getting him to grab the top edge of the iron sheet. With the protection of the socks, Manny only needed to keep climbing up along the water pipe and successfully scaled the wall in the end. What method would the remaining 2 men choose? Jason picked a corner of the wall, did a flying kick and grabbed the wall hole, then slowly climbed up, casually grabbed the iron frame above. It took him less than a minute, making him the fastest contestant so far. Finally, only Smith was left. Unfortunately, the brick wall was not stable. Smith had to look at the electric box on the wall. Luckily, it was of good quality. Smith stood on the electric box, hugged the lamppost with both hands. He pressed his feet against the lamppost and continued climbing up, finally escaped to the safe zone at the cost of his pants being torn. At this point, all 7 men escaped successfully in 130 minutes, winning the prize money.